pretty obvious Julian Edelman was less than 100% in the Patriots' win over the Bengals on Sunday. So what do the Patriots do leading up to the playoffs? I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar now. On Sunday, Edelman played his least amount of snaps of the season. Clearly banged up. In the latest reports, there is some tendon damage, ligament damage in his left knee. What do the Patriots need to do to kind of preserve him for the playoffs? Because obviously he is their number one option.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's the whole offense really right now. I think the biggest thing that you saw on Sunday was a few of the throws that Brady had to Edelman. Edelman was just like a half a step off, right? And Brady threw it a little bit too far in front of him a couple of times. And I think that Brady was like, he's usually there. And then this week he wasn't there because he couldn't really cut off that knee. Really couldn't explode off that knee at the top of the route. He couldn't really get into his routes as quickly as we normally see him, but cutting was the biggest problem I think for him right now, is that lateral movement. So the question is why was he out there? I think that's a good question. I think that's a very fair question a lot of Patriots fans are asking, especially against a team like the Bengals that they were definitely going to beat anyways without him. So that's a fair point I think by a lot of people, but now big game against Buffalo on Saturday. So they're going to need him in some capacity. And the question is can they use him enough as a decoy now to kind of take the coverage away from some other guys? And how much do the Bills and their coaching staff and Sean McDermott look at the tape from Cincinnati and say, this isn't the real Julian Edelman, so we don't need to double him. We don't need to put Trey White on him or our top corner that we feel like is the best matchup for him. We can kind of just play the game and let everybody kind of go head up, single coverage all over the place, and not have to allocate resources like Houston and Kansas City did to Edelman.
Another guy on offense that the Patriots need to be healthy is obviously Tom Brady. Bill Belichick said that wasn't always the case this year, as he's had multiple lingering issues. Here's what he had to say in this morning's press conference.
It's hard to practice three quarterbacks, but and there have been a couple examples where Tom hasn't been able to do a lot this year, so that's given Stid an opportunity to go with the first group and run our plays and run our offense.
It's been pretty obvious, I would say, this season that Tom Brady hasn't maybe ever been 100% for any of these games. But what did you make of Belichick's comments this morning where he really kind of went on about Jarrett Stidham?
Yeah, well, this is kind of par for the course right now for Belichick dating back to training camp. We didn't hear as much Stidham praise, obviously, during the regular season because he's not playing. But dating back to camp and preseason, Belichick's been overly effusive with praise for Jarrett Stidham. And then Jeff Howe wrote in The Athletic, did the Patriots find the next quarterback when Jarrett Stidham around late August? And you know where that came from. That didn't come, it was a source report, it was a great article, but that came directly from the Patriots, right? There's no kind of mincing words there. So I think the biggest thing for the Patriots, though, with Tom Brady is can they get the guy that they got more so against Kansas City and more so really against Houston? I thought he was fine for the most part too, with downfield ball placement and accuracy. Against the Bengals on Sunday, the elbow is clearly a problem, and he couldn't really come through the ball and really drive the ball down the field, and his accuracy was all over the place. I charted him with 8 inaccurate throws, which is double his season average. So that is a big problem for the Patriots moving forward because it's a pain tolerance issue with Brady. It's not going to be an issue of him tearing anything in that elbow. It's definitely something that he can manage, but how much does it affect his on-field play, and how does that affect play calling? How does that affect everything else?
This Patriots Press Pass is brought to you by betonline.ag. Head to their website, enter promo code CLNS50 to receive your welcome bonus. We'll keep you covered on all things Patriots on our website at clnsmedia.com and on our YouTube channel at CLNS Media.